Hi everyone. So Summer Festival is just arrived in the global version of the game, and since there's no new release of any Lufenia or Abyss stages, I thought I'd take a break from posting battle videos on Lufenia stages and maybe do a short video on the overview of what's new in Summer Festival. I think this might be useful for those newer players who just came into the game and there's lots of content to clear. And first of all, I guess it's always important that when there's all these new events come up, that you take the time to read, especially for both new and veteran players alike. There's usually a lot of interesting information and tidbits here that I highly recommend to have a quick once over to familiarize yourself with what's newly added to the game. But coming to what's new here, there's been quite a few new additions to this event, and hopefully more will come over the next week or so. But first of all, there are new stickers in the Cydia shop, so-called Summer Festival stickers. So I'll just quickly go through. So right here, they've added two new Summer Festival 2021 mock stickers that cost 1,000 Cydia points each. And because Galuf LD also debuted today in the global version of the game, they've updated with some Galuf stickers as well. Looks like there are 4 Galuf stickers, each one costing 500 Cydia points. So do get them. I don't know how long they will last in the shop, and normally I will just buy these out the moment I have enough Cydia points to afford them all. Alright, the second thing I want to touch on really quickly is on the cycle quest, where although this is permanent content and is always here during the summer festival as indicated on the graphics here, all rewards from cycle quests are doubled, and this includes experience points gained, all prizes from the quest including the actual crystals themselves, the gil that you get from the quest is also doubled, and on top of this, on the quest level 70, where normally there's a chance to get the flowering cactuar on the final wave, the flowering cactuar now has an increased spawn rate, so it's more likely to get these cactuars. This is actually quite important, especially for newer players where the crystals are in short supply at the moment, and of course you may be a bit low on gil. This is, I think, the best way to stock up on crystals and gil in the game. The double rewards are also stackable with the ×2 books or the ×3 tomes. So if you have any to spare, you can, for example, use a ×2 item book while you farm any colored crystal that you need, and you can very quickly amass crystals of the color of your choice this way. If you are short on gil as well, the cycle quest being double rewards, I believe would net you 200,000 gil if you get into a flowering cactuar on the golden cactuar stage. And likewise, this is also double or triple if you use a ×2 or ×3 gil book. So potentially you can get even 400 or 600,000 gil per flowering cactuar that you get. So it's an excellent way to quickly amass a lot of gil. Alright, the third thing, of course, I think this is usually of interest to many people, are the new banners. So the Galuf LD banner debuts today together with the Summer Festival, and you do get the first multi-draw free. In fact, they've advertised that throughout the Summer Festival all banners will come with first multi-draw free, so I will also expect the upcoming banner with Tifa to also have the first multi-draw free. So I don't have it here because I've already pulled for Galuf for his LD. I experienced very bad RNG this time around, unfortunately, and I had to PT Galuf's LD, but the RNG is RNG. My thoughts on this banner really quickly is I think it is actually quite a good banner for both new and veteran players alike. For one thing, Galuf is mainly a tank character, and tank characters are not very commonly found in the game. I believe the last one we had was Bash, and of course Gladio is still usable up till today, but both of them are more or less a bit outdated to this point. We did have 9 recently released, and some people might say 9 can function as a tank character. He does provide shields and he does heal a little bit, but I think it's always nice to have a very up-to-date tank, and Galuf certainly fits the bill, especially if you are a relatively new player to the game where you may not have Bash, Warrior of Light, or Gladiolus built up. I will highly recommend to pick up Galuf. And Galuf also does provide nice 50% brave damage up to the party, which is really underrated or underestimated in my opinion. For newer players, I think the other benefit of this banner is it actually gives you the chance to also pull on any other characters 15, 35 and EX weapons. So along the way, while you aim for Galuf's gear, you may also pick up a few other gear that you might be missing as well. The only thing I want to mention here is that you should definitely not pull for the sole purposes of getting one of the other EX 15 or 35 CP weapons on the banner, because the rates are extremely low. The price on this banner, it would be Galuf's LD weapon and maybe the rest of Galuf's gear. And once you feel satisfied with his gear, you should stop pulling on this banner, because the chances of getting any specific other weapon is actually quite low. Along the way also, they've added new additions to the gem shop. So the Kupo Card Mini and Kupo Card Mini 2 have made a return. And since I'm talking about the gem shop here, where real money is involved, the value here is in Singapore dollars because I'm based in Singapore, so the currency may differentiate based on where you are. But I would highly advocate that you only spend what you are comfortable spending. This game can be entirely free to play if you so wish, and if you prefer not to spend any money in the game, that's all well and good. If you do want to spend money in the game, please spend within your means and do not go overboard in this game, because some of the items are very costly. In terms of my thoughts on the new added things in the gem shop, the Kupo Card Mini and Kupo Card Mini 2 is actually quite decent returns for the investment. The only drawback is that you actually have to wait to get the daily login bonus over time, so it's not an immediate stash added to your gem pool, but you get it over a period of 7 days. And to me, that isn't really a big deal as long as you already have gems in reserve. The total gems that you get is actually quite value based on the amount of money that you invest. So if you are looking to spend a little bit of money in the game, the Kupo Card Mini and 2 is actually quite a decent pickup as well. The Marvelous Chest is also added, and the Marvelous Chest comes with additional goodies as well, such as the ingots and power tokens and armor tokens and such. I'm not really a big fan of this, mainly due to the cost and the fact that if I want to spend money, I would rather spend money on the Kupo Card Mini or the Mock Pass in the game. If you are really looking to spend additional money beyond that, sure, you can consider picking this up, but do keep in mind that they are very costly, and again, all these really add up very quickly. So do only spend within your means. For newer players, if you are looking to sink in an initial investment to give yourself a stronger start into the game, you can even consider picking this up. But in terms of priority, my preference is number 1 would be the Mock Pass, the basic Mock Pass, which is about $5 US, and I will actually rank the Kupo Card Mini right after that. And only if you really want to spend more money beyond that you look into the Marvelous Chests available. Again, you don't need to spend any money if you so wish. This game is free to play, anyone who says that you need to pay to complete Lufenia stages don't know what they're talking about, because many people have done it while being free to play. Alright, the next thing that I want to quickly mention is the new summer hunts. So if you head over to the daily hunt section of the game, you notice that the Gigantuar has changed, and he's now wearing like a sort of like a beach hat and a float around its waist and some sunglasses. It's really essentially the same fight, it's just like a reskinned Gigantuar. I think it does give you some special buffs or something throughout the hunt, but typically speaking I just auto plus throughout the fight, so I rarely notice any of these things. There are some limited time bonuses attached to this, so every day that you complete the summer hunt, here you get the usual daily 2 tokens, but you also get a bonus of additional 2 tokens for the first 10 days, which means in total the game will be awarding you 20 bonus hunt tokens. The redemption shop still remains the same though, so there is no difference in terms of the prices that you can redeem for. Alright, just very quickly, there is also a new Chocoboard introduced in the summer festival. I believe there will be another new Chocoboard after a couple of days as well, but so currently now we have access to the first summer festival Chocoboard, and it's right here that you can see. Most of it is pretty simple to get. Cactuars are from the daily cycle quest, Summer Gigantuar is from the hunt, the magic pots are from the new World of Illusion stage that's been released, and otherwise the rest are pretty straightforward. So you should be easily able to clear the entire board, whether you are a new or relatively experienced player in the game. Alright, next up would be the World of Illusions. So they've had a rerun on the World of Illusions Carbuncle's Treasures. This stage is sort of off and on, so it comes for a limited amount of time, and after that time it goes off, and normally during special events such as the summer festival happening now, the Carbuncle's Treasures will make a return again. The Carbuncle's Treasures World of Illusion stage provides you an additional way to farm for the weapon and armor orbs, as well as the crystals that you can get as well. So there are 3 main stages at the end. As long as you clear the earlier stages, the one on the left will provide you the guard orbs for your armor, the one on the right will provide you power orbs for your weapon enhancements, and the one in the middle gives you additional colored crystals of random colors as well. I don't recommend doing the stage in the middle, because if you want to farm for crystals, the best way by far would still be the daily cycle quests, because you can aim for the specific color crystals that you want, or if you just want random crystals, you can just do the daily golden cactuar quest that gives you hefty amounts of crystals each time you complete, and they do not cost any SP as well. As for the guard orbs and power orbs though, my opinion is that I think this is the best way to farm for guard orbs and power orbs, on the condition that you don't really need your SP for anything else. So whether or not to farm heavily into these stages, I think depends on whether you've already farmed the summon boards and character boards for your team. So for example, if you are a relatively new player to the game and you've just gotten like a fresh few characters that you've pulled their weapons for, and you're in the midst of maxing these characters out, I highly recommend to spend the SP farming the summon boards and character boards for these characters, as well as farming the summons so that you can level your summons to max level. This I think takes priority over farming orbs, because you can get orbs through other means. For example, you can just farm the daily co-ops, and you can redeem orbs from the co-op shop as well. Alternatively, if you feel you have potions to spare, or you want to spend a little bit of SP farming orbs, another approach is you can just farm the power and guard orbs to just get enough power and guard orbs to max out your key handful of characters, weapons and armor before returning back to the summon board or character board grind. I don't for experienced players though, of course, if you've been in this game for some time, you've probably already maxed out or farmed completely the summon boards respectively. So if there's nothing else to spend SP on, personally I think it's better to just farm guard orbs and power orbs here than to use SP to farm for artifact tokens. So assuming if you've already finished farming all the boards like I've done here, there are really only two choices after that, is to use your SP on the Radiant Artifact token stage or to use it on the Carbuncle's treasures. And between the two, I think Carbuncle's treasures gives you more return for your SP, because in the Radiant Artifact tokens it requires 40 SP per one run, which is quite hefty versus the 15 SP per one run here. And at this point, you can easily farm artifacts in the co-op as well, so I don't really see a big need to farm artifact tokens. Okay, last but not least, I think the new thing that was added right today in GL was the attack on Asphalt co-op quest, which I think for me is a good break, because the previous co-op with Bards is a very long co-op with the bears, and I think if we can get a shorter co-op, to me it's a big relief. So I'm very happy that this gets released. I was hoping that they would have released the Lufenia stage as well, but it is what it is. So they've added two new co-ops, which is one level 70 and one Cosmos level co-op. So again, I highly recommend to spend your bells to farm the Cosmos co-op, because you get goodies that you can actually redeem stuff for, and of course you get artifact tokens as well for some of the synergy characters in this event. So that's it for this video. I don't normally do non-battle videos, but nevertheless I hope this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed the content, as always, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.